Origin of life. 11. The basic forms of life is a universal quantum phenomenon. The basic forms of life are the nanoviruses, the quantized fluctuations of the universal quantum field, being nothing more than the smallest possible containers of energy of this field. The normal viruses consume directly the energy of those nanoviruses and thrive everywhere, where the temperature remains relatively stable slightly over the universal value of 244 degree Kelvin for a period of time much longer than the quantum period of the nanoviruses themselves. 12. The permanent origin of our terrestrial life is our tropopause. The terrestrial tropopause is the first place where we have to suppose the origin of the terrestrial life. The smallest quanta of the animated matter, the nanoviruses, with their shape similar to the red blood cells. However, the nanoviruses are much too primitive for to have any own DNA or RNA in that form as we know it today. The nanoviruses are just the first energetic step towards the higher developed forms of life. Together with the cosmic wind blowing mainly from outside of the solar system, they can reach the Earth's surface and deliver the energy for the higher life development. One of the most direct evidence of the existence of nanoviruses can be found on our diagrams presenting the atmospheric transparency for the unified quantum electromagnetic radiation. The region between the two traditionally named transparency windows, the optical window and the radio window, corresponds exactly with the characteristic quantum frequencies of the nanoviruses, with their dimensions between a few nanometer and 10 to 20 nanometer. Thus, the main property of the tropopause should not be seen just as a transparency pause between two transparent windows, but exactly oppositely, as the absorption shield preserving the favorable conditions for the evolution of the higher developed forms of life, preventing them first of all from the harmful cosmic radiation. 13. Quantum spectrum of matter-spirit describes the whole of life. The quantum spectrum of matter-spirit is a library of all possible quantum states of our universe. It consists of states on 9 separate levels. The origin of all other states is the level of membranes of the universal quantum field. A membrane is based, materially, on two-dimensional extension, the quantum area, and, spiritually, on two-dimensional experience, the quantum period. Above the level of membranes, we have the tissue quanta, the nerve cells, the brain quanta, and the largest of all, the superbrain quanta. Below the level of membranes, there are the levels of molecules, atoms, atomic nuclei, and the smallest of all, the quarks. The smallest quanta have the highest energy density, but the lowest amount of energy in a single quantum. Reversely, the superbrain quanta have the lowest energy density, but they consume an enormous energy in a single quantum. 14. Brain matter-spirit quanta consist of hundreds of neurons. Brain matter-spirit quanta belong to the level of quantum spectrum higher than nerve cells. A single brain quantum is always a conglomerate of about 10,000 single nerve cells and other cells of the brain substance. What can be seen as different activities on the screens of the brain researchers are the energetic reactions of such brain quanta on different energetic stimuli. Brain quanta consume energy of thousands of nerve cells. They cannot be observed as separate material objects in dead brains because the energy transfer to brain becomes interrupted in any dead organism. 15. Superbrain matter-spirit quanta are responsible for our consciousness. Our present skulls are too small for superbrain quanta. A universal superbrain quantum has its dimension of about 50 cm. Superbrain quanta in our present bodies can only exist in our guts. They build the so-called belly brain. they are responsible for all our feelings. And they create what we call our individual consciousness. A complex of all consciousnesses of a group of people is called a group consciousness, and if the group means all humans and all animals around the world, we speak of our global consciousness. It consumes such large amount of energy from the Earth's, and even solar systems, cosmic environment that astrophysicists are able to observe this phenomenon with their telescopes. 16. Our souls are our original beings creating our bodies and our minds. Our universe, including all living organisms, consists of matter-spirit quanta, with their material, spatial extension, and spiritual, temporal experience, created directly from the universal creative potential, the unity. A smaller part of this universal creative potential has been historically termed soul. Every living object has its own soul as its primary being, its own origin. It gives an origin to all matter-spirit quanta, building that object's body and creating its mind. Thus, on the contrary to the traditional point of view, our unified science suggests that it is our soul, which creates our body and our mind, and not that our body, developed from an immaterial origin, obtains its soul in some mysterious process. Our soul cannot die with our body, it returns to the universal creative potential again. Origin of our species. 17. Our genus is a direct offspring of the genus Homo sapiens neanderthalensis. Our genus Homo sapiens sapiens is the third offspring of our family Homo sapiens. The first genus of this family has separated itself from it directly at the birth of the family, 336,500 years ago. It was the recent quantum jump of level 6 of our cosmic hierarchy. The second direct offspring of our family was the genus Homo sapiens neanderthalensis. Its time span, of the standard duration of 164,878 years, ended 6,739 years ago, 4,720 BCE. The third direct offspring of our family is our own genus Homo sapiens sapiens. Our single species is till now the single possible child of this genus. The next one can be expected theoretically not earlier than at the end of our species' lifespan of 13,578 years, that means Indiana 13578-6739 equal to 6,839 years. 18. Our modern species is only 6,739 years old. The second direct offspring of our family Homo sapiens was genus Homo sapiens neanderthalensis. Its lifespan ended 6,739 years ago, 4,720 BCE. The third direct offspring of our family is our own genus Homo sapiens sapiens. Our own species is till now the single possible child of this genus. All fossils dated earlier than 4,720 BCE belong to one or another species of the genus of the Neanderthals. There cannot be any doubt about these facts of our evolution. For example, Göbekli Tepe was a temple complex of the last species of the Neanderthals. This species, as well as the complete genus Homo sapiens neanderthalensis, became extinct due to the stress of the recent cosmic quantum jump of level 5, 4,720 BCE. However, they still managed to save their offspring as the first generation of the new genus and new species of Homo sapiens sapiens. Without their participation we would be never born.